How would you evaluate the quarterback play through these 3 games?
Still have some work to do. There's been some obviously some good and some bad. I think just the continual development of that position, it takes a long time. And then just have to keep coming out and having a consistent performance in practice, in games, and just understanding that the mental and physical strain it takes to be successful at this level.
Immediately after the LSU game, when we asked Coach Mullen about the play of Damian Late, did it change anything? He said, no, it doesn't change. It's still Nick's job. I mean, do you feel that way?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Nick's our guy. We're moving forward and going up and trying to get a win up in Boston this weekend.
Did you have a conversation with Nick after that, after he kind of saw Damian play well there in the fourth?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in my room, it's constant, conversation with our guys. They're around. It's my job to continue to help them develop those guys and get a consistent performance out of them each and every week. So, I definitely had conversations with both of them.
What did you see out of Nick against LSU?
Just a little bit up and down. I thought he made a couple of good plays. And then, there's obviously a couple of throws that I'm sure he would like to have back. We would like to have back as well. That were probably just a couple inches off or a yard off that would have had the potential to be some big plays. So, I did think he handled the environment well. That's obviously a really tough place to go and play. I think he managed the game well, and he did some good things and some stuff to build on as we move forward and get deeper into his career.
When you evaluate someone like Nick, does the evaluation change compared when it's a person like Dak, who the experience isn't there, it's a new situation, new things?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can compare it to probably when Dak was that age, but to compare a guy that's been in the program for 5 years and compare that end result to somebody having their first SEC road start, I think there's definitely a sliding scale when you take that into consideration.
On the flip side, how was Damian kind of handled being the backup and then kind of being thrust in there late a couple of games?
Good. It's all about preparation. And my conversations with him have been no different. If anything, the reason I love being around this game and being around these young men so much is that you learn so many life lessons in this game as well. So, and one of the most critical things that you can do is always be ready when your number's called, because who knows what the situation may be, what the circumstance may be. But you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your teammates to always put your best foot forward in your preparation, in the detail of your preparation. So when you go out there and your number is called, you're ready to perform at a high level.
Is Damian's age or experience a factor in how efficient he's been in running the hurry up in a couple of games now? Yeah,
I mean, I just think he's really, really comfortable. He's done a good job of preparing and getting himself ready to play. That's what we ask of those guys, everybody in our room each and every week. So, he's done everything we've asked him to.
After Nick had so much success against South Carolina running the ball, was it just something LSU was doing to kind of take that away from you guys?
Yeah, we obviously didn't get a chance to let him shake loose a little as much as he did against South Carolina. For multiple reasons. Obviously, they have an excellent defensive team and defensive staff, and those guys did a nice job with their game plan. And they were going to make you throw the football. So, we just got to stand back there in the pocket, be able to make some throws, and take what the defense is giving us.
How has Tiano kind of progressed these last couple of weeks?
He's continued to develop. His mindset, and like I told all those guys, everybody in that room has to prepare as if they're the starter. And that's my expectation for them moving forward. That should be their expectation of themselves moving forward in order to be the best player that you can possibly be. You have to take that approach. And anything else, obviously, isn't tolerated.
Ideally, you would have wanted to get him in the first game, but do you think you may have an opportunity this weekend, if you can get the game under control, to get Nick out there?
Well, we always love to get guys in and get guys reps to see what they can do in a live game situation, because as much as you do at practice, there's no substitute or no way to simulate that action in a live game setting when you have to do it and it's for real. So, hopefully at some point we can get him on the field and see how he handles the live situation.
How do you weigh that with a guy like Nick, who doesn't have a whole lot of reps himself, or whether it was Dak, he knows what he's doing, but Nick Fitzgerald's still kind of learning the ropes too and needs a lot of reps. How do you balance it and getting young guys reps, but also keeping Nick getting reps.
Yeah, I mean, because Nick is Fitzgerald in his own right is a very, very young
Right.
player and needs reps. But at some point, you have to get guys in the game and see what they can do. Because, and this has kind of been Coach Mullen's philosophy for a really, really long time. I remember him putting me in the game very, very early in my very first game as a true freshman. Because if he ever has to go in a game,
Right.
you don't ever want that to be his first opportunity going into a game. So we try to introduce it to them and kind of and force feed them early on in their career, so when they get their opportunity, they're ready to go.
You talk about Fitzgerald being just a few inches off or a little bit off in this. Is that encouraging, though, because you know you can fix those things?
Yeah, I see, if you watch the tape, I mean, generally the ball's going to the right place. I think he made good decisions with the football. Now we have to clean up, we have to execute better. And in my opinion, that's stuff that's correctable as you move forward, as you continue to develop as a player. And he obviously has a lot of personal pride, and he wants to perform well and play to the best of his ability. So, it's our job to get that out of him.